All right, we are good to go. So thank you guys for coming tonight. Can everybody hear me okay? And everybody can shake your head yeses, thumbs up. And you guys can see my screen okay. You can see my trade some pounds for cash. And I like the fact that the gal in that picture is the smart one that has the apple. And those boys and their donuts. So this is a 13-week program that starts on October 1st. And I'm super excited about it for myself. And what I look forward to accomplishing with it. And I'm excited to share some things with you guys tonight of some successes that other people have had as well. So there'll be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of flavor, because just because we are going to ditch the diet doesn't mean it doesn't have to taste good. And as you're seeing tonight with some of the people on this call, some pretty fantastic friends. So what our purpose tonight is to just tell you what the prep is, to go over a little bit of what the program is, point you to some resources. And because it starts October 1st, we want to make sure people know exactly what they need to have in place, because there's some things you might want to order between now and then, or go grocery shopping, or do some meal plan. Or if you're like me, when I have started this, my cupboards are now actually clean, not as in like scrub clean, but as in food that's in them is clean. And you may want to do some. So I wanted to make sure that we gave you some time to be able to work on that this week and get that together, and just let you know what the great resources were. So what is Love Your Gut and Clean and Lean Living? Just real quick, Clean and Lean is promoting a healthy lifestyle, healthy habits. It's open to all shapes, sizes, and health goals. If you want to lose weight, gain muscle, or just improve your overall health, this simple and effective program is a great place to start. Example of that right here on the call. Rich, 40 years on the call. Rich is from Connecticut, and he was actually the first. This has been a 3-year program, and the first year he was the #1 winner. And he's going to share a little bit of his testimony in a little bit tonight. Freddie Downing is on the call as well. Freddie's goals have been to gain muscle. Freddie was what she would tell you was skinny fat. And she was interested in being able to get stronger. And she readily tells you her age. I will tell you she's over 50. You can ask her the specifics if you want. She can share. And just really important to her for her own health and for helping others to understand. And she's actually gained 20 pounds, which is because she's wanting to gain muscle and get stronger from what she was. So just, it doesn't matter what size you are, you can be in a position where you want to get healthier at whatever that goal might be. And hence what it says, if we focus just on weight loss, we lose sight of the ultimate goal. And generally speaking, it's about getting to a point where your body functions optimally. Our aim is to focus on positive markers and reward those who behaviors. Weight loss is often about. Hang on a second, guys. I've got new people coming on. Can I, hang on one second. Okay. So weight loss, often a byproduct of healthy eating and exercise, and it can indicate progress. Then why love your gut? Hippocrates said all disease begins in the gut. So according to a lot of studies, unwanted bacterial products called endotoxins can sometimes leak through and enter the bloodstream. When that happens, our immune system recognizes these foreign molecules and mounts an attack against them, resulting in chronic inflammatory response. That diet-induced inflammation can trigger a lot of things. Insulin resistance, which drives type 2 diabetes, leptin resistance, which causes obesity, fatty liver disease. It's been strongly linked to a lot of the world's most serious diseases. And so what we're doing here, we're loving your gut. That's a big part of what we do with Clean and Lean. So it's no more yo-yo diets, crazy fads. We like to hashtag ditch the diet around here, because we really want this to be about a lifestyle and not about a diet. The crazy fads gone, patches to cover the holes, and we want to be able to actually go to the root of the problem, helping individuals reclaim their foundational health. With Clean and Lean, we know the best way to get motivated, stay motivated, and get in shape fast is doing it with a community of others that have the same goal as you. And that's really what a lot of what Live Well Now is about. So let's talk about specifically the prep steps. Round 3 starts next Sunday, October 1st. And these are the things I'm just going to go over with you guys tonight. I don't want to keep you on here too long. I'm going to talk to you about what filling out a PhD is, getting your program guide, getting a before photo, filling out the trackers, emailing that photo and tracker so you can be included in the prizes, the meal prep shopping, getting your gut health system that's included in what we suggest, engaging the community, and most of all, for me anyway, having fun with what we're doing. So getting prepared, one of the first things you want to do is fill out what we call here a PhD. It's actually located in the Live Well Now Facebook group, or you can get it from the person that invited you. And what you want to do is fill this out. You'll see there's 4 different sections here. Whoops, the one I just pulled a picture of only has 3. Sorry, the updated version that's going on the site, there's been a lot of new stuff coming out here. Actually has 4 different things to fill out. The thing missing on here is what we did on sleep. And filling this out allows us to be able to help personalize for you what it might be that you have issues with. So PhD is one of the things. Then get your guide. So there's a 30-page guide here that is super helpful. It's got a lot of information about what to do. It's got the trackers. Everything's just in one spot. It's a simple PDF, so you can look at it on your phone. You can look at it on your computer. You can print it out if you want a printed version. You can get one from someone. I know for the people that I work with, I have printed ones that I get people so they can actually have a printed version to work with. And Roger, being the genius that he is, printed out by mistake a size that actually is like a little travel size of these that worked out really well the other day. So getting your guide, again, that's something that is located that this is being updated and should be available tonight to have the most updated version in our Live Well Now Facebook group, or again, from the person that invited you. And then in that guide, you'll see this tracking sheet as well as another tracking sheet. The other one, I don't have a picture of it here, but it talks about just measuring how you're feeling. And it might be things about anxiety. It might be things about how you're feeling about bloat. Maybe it's, like Ina had a unboxing video here recently, and it was unboxing with her daycare kids and getting Princess Poopy and the Poopy children. It's a safe place here, and we talk about all things gut, which includes poop. That's why we all have poop pillows now. But one of the, that tracking guide helps you to look at, maybe it's weight loss, whatever different things that it might be that you're experiencing, maybe it's sleep, and starting to be able to track over a 14-day and 30-day period what differences you see. But that one is one that's for you. That's personal. That's something you fill out in your guide and keep track of for yourself. That's not anything you have to send to Avase. This one here is the one that we want to make sure that you send to Avase. So in the guide, you get a whole tutorial on how to do your before and after pictures, because that's part of being able to get in on the prizes, which are pretty cool. I'll get to those tonight. And then you'll see that you start out in week 0, which is October 1st, with what your weight is and what your inch is, and it gives you a little guide here on how to fill those inches out. And then you'll have your clean and lean checklist. And we're going to take this checklist from the bottom up and talk a little bit about what these things are, because this is really the program. And what I love is it's super, super, super simple. On the bottom part of this, it talks about what you're going to eliminate. So the goal is to get as many points as you can in this checklist sheet, so that you're getting, like if the total for the week is, I believe I read that as 238 points, that your goal is to get 238 points every week. So keeping this tracker handy, I put mine on my refrigerator so that I can keep track of it each day. And you're just checking off the little circles. So for the no soda, candy, white rice, white flour, what you're getting is, if you have a day where you have none of those things, then you're getting 3 points that day. And if you have a day where, oops, you had some sugar, then you just don't get your 3 points in that particular column that day. And that is, we're looking at no white flour, white sugar, white rice, candy. That doesn't mean you can't have rice. You can have brown rice. You can have quinoa. You can have a lot of different things. And that's what the Live Well Now resource is so good for. You can have maple syrup. So we talk a lot about substituting things. So you're not, what's the word? You don't feel deprived. You're just learning to be able to substitute things for a healthier way to do something, so you can see some of the results that you want. 30 minutes of exercise. Freddie, I'm going to ask you to take just a minute and give us I'll unmute you if I can find you. Give us 3 to 5 ideas that we could do to work out. Freddie loves to work out. She's super good at it. And give us some ideas if you would. I can see the top of your head. You're like a little minion.
I know, I've been eating. I didn't want to eat in front of everybody.
What 30 minutes of exercise might look like, from like the simplest to even like all out.
Well, I used to work out at home before I went to start going to the gym. And I used to actually split it up through the day as I'd be working. And I hope this is helpful for some people, but I would like run 5 flights of stairs, up and down, up and down, up and down once, that's one, and 5 of those. like say between loads of laundry. And then I'd go, when I'd be brushing my teeth, I would do calf exercises on the stairs while I'm brushing my teeth. I had, and I still do this one when I'm washing the dishes on the rinse cycle. I mean, I don't even think about it. I just automatically do it. If you were here seeing me do any dishes, you'd see me go up on my tiptoes, because I work my calves on the rinse cycle. It's just a habit I created. So I just work in different exercises. I'd work in some glute exercises every so often throughout my dishes. I'd go do crunches between loads of laundry, and just kind of worked all my exercises in throughout my day as I was working. But other than that, as far as getting 30 minutes of exercise in, I mean, you can do like if you have a nice park like we do, I love to go for a nice brisk walk. There are different people that have, there's videos and DVDs or whatever they are, but there's other resources online where people do, like the Natalie Jill, she does a lot of body weight exercises that are easy to do at home. Obviously you can go for a run if you're into that, or go for a bike ride. Just a lot of different things you can do to get exercise and go for a nice hike out in the woods. We have a lot of great parks and trails and stuff here in Connecticut that really nice to get your exercise in, or golfing, if you walk, not ride. Does that
That's super, Freddie. This is funny. I've got her pinned and now I don't know how to unpin her. There we go. That is super. Thank you. Very helpful. I'm going to just add to that, like especially around here, the winter time comes, and just taking a walk even through the snow can be a whole elliptical exercise. But the thing I would reference you on is that here we go, that it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be playing with your kids, and like being intentional in that time of being able to play with the kids. It's 30 minutes of exercise, whether it's 15 minutes here and 15 minutes there. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes consecutive, but throughout your day you did 35 minutes of something extra. And that's where the Live Well Now group comes in, because we have a lot of ideas and encouragement and answer questions and a lot of resources in there with people that we're able to share to give you an idea how to do that. So next part of the checklist, you'll see there were 5 things that have to do with just your diet. And this is what we want to make sure that as you're getting ready this week, that you're thinking, okay, you're going to do 8 glasses of water a day. So maybe you get a gallon jug and you make sure you have that, and you figure, like what I do, I have 2 smart water bottles, and I know that if I have both of those down in a day, that I've got my 8 glasses of water down. And it's funny because Kate, who's on the call here, has been watching me at work with it. So every time I take a drink, she's started to pick up the habit that she will take a drink to try and help her increase her water intake as well. So sometimes it's just kind of watching what habits are and creating new habits, right? It's 3 servings each of these 3 things: fruit, veggies, protein, and a healthy fat. And that's where I'm just going to recommend the video that Chanel did that we posted in the site tonight. She talks in detail about these 5 things, gives you some great things. You can see here in the Clean and Lean guide, it's just some simple stuff that we suggest as far as breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack, things to do before bed, how to kind of fit everything in. There's no specific diet plan that Clean and Lean requires you to do. There's no foods that you have to not eat. But that's where the Live Well Now group is a great resource, because we talk about and share recipes all the time. And that becomes a great place, and we have a lot of fun. Val, who is also on the call, we had a brunch with a bunch of us, a Clean and Lean brunch on Sunday. We are some freaking good cooks, let me just tell you. And she brought we have one of the proteins that we suggest is a daily indulge, and it's a protein mix, so it's a meal replacement. So that's often what I'll do in the morning, is a super easy, quick thing to just throw that in with maybe, and a lot of times I'll add that so I get all 4 things, where I will do my fruit, I will do veggie, like I'll add spinach, I'll do the protein shake, and then I might add a little bit of maybe coconut oil or something, or maybe I'll add some almonds, different things that add a healthy fat. A lot of times I'll do flax seed and put that in there for a healthy fat. And that way I know I get my 4 check marks for breakfast all in one. Super easy, and I can even drink it on my way to work. And that's something where she took the protein mix that we have that is not just for smoothies, let me tell you. We've done a lot of things with that. I've made cheesecake with it. I have made banana bread with it. I've made pancakes with it, which is one of the things we had that was literally as simple as bananas, eggs, and Indulge was the only ingredients in these pancakes, and they were super yummy. But she made a mix of some Greek yogurt, some Indulge, some a little bit of honey, and there were other stuff in it. I can't remember all the ingredients, but I'm so going to make it. Was delicious. And then she just sliced up apples to dip it in. And it went, like, some of the people took that, put it on their pancakes. There was almond butter in it. It was fantastic. So we have a lot of fun sharing ideas like that in the group and being able to get resources that way. And then I'm going to ask Ina. I'm going to go find her in my little thing here. And she's going to share. So 4 of the items on the checklist are actually 3 gut repair and 1 weight loss supplement that we suggest. And she's going to talk a little bit. Again, I'm going to refer you back to Chanel, who talked in detail about these, but she just wants to hit on these 4 things, and I'll talk quickly about the bonus of what they would be. And again, this is something that if you're going to include this in what you're doing on your checklist to get your points, you want to be able to start to get this now and get this in place so you have it ready for next week. So Ina, go ahead.
All right, so hi, I'm Ina. So we start off with Repair Plus in the morning, and one of the great things about a program is that you're doing something on purpose. And so to have this system in place and this things in this box here, for me, my favorite thing is that I look forward to what I'm doing. So my Repair Plus, it opens up my system in the morning, and it gets my body ready for digestion, for absorption. And so those things, it's just kind of part of my routine. I just get up in the morning and I have it, and it's a wonderful additive to my day. I don't have to guess and think about what am I going to get up and do in the morning. I just automatically do that. So that's a wonderful.
What's in it?
What's in it? It's L-glutamine. See, I didn't think you were going to have me go into science because we referred to Chanel, who's the VP of product development. But so the L-glutamine in it is it's repairing your gut lining. It's repairing the junctions in your wall to prepare your gut to take that food and to push it to the small intestines where it needs to go to get the absorption of all the nutrients that your body needs. So it's not just sitting there in your stomach. It's actually having a place to go. It's just not hanging out. So that actually develops a form of energy, and it develops a form of like no sugar cravings, because there's not a whole lot of bad bacteria hanging out there trying to figure out what to do with this stuff. So repair is key. It's key in my plan. And then we have the Pre-Plus probiotics, which that is actually, see, these are in a different order for me.
Okay. Yes, sorry. You can skip around.
Okay. So then I take Reduce. So this is my morning routine is to get up in the morning and go and do my 30 minutes. Okay. I do a little bit more than that now, but I didn't start out that way at all. So I take my Repair Plus on my way to wherever I'm going, whether it's gym or walking. And then I take 2 Reduce on the way there. And I take 2 Reduce because it helps my metabolism. It gives me my metabolism just like a thermogenic without the caffeine. But I can feel this energy. It just wakes me up, and it's like a happy pill for me. And it really just motivates me to do what it is that I'm doing. So it's a part of motivation for me.
I'm going to interject because you're going to go on, and I want to add one thing to that.
Okay.
I know on the repair, a lot of people talk about the fact that it reduces their bloat. Chris, who's on this call, just told us on Sunday that just adding the repair and not changing anything else in his diet, he lost 20 pounds in 3 months. Repair is something that really helps people to take weight loss. For me, it has helped me break through plateaus. So if you know people that are struggling with plateaus, that's a big deal. But on the Reduce, what I find with that is that it helps me to stay full and to feel full. So by taking it before my meal, I know there's a lot of people that they're already fit, they're working out, they take 2 Reduce before they work out. That's something Ida does. But for me, taking the Reduce before my meal, I actually feel fuller because of the protein. There's a word for that.
Potato starch.
The potato starch in it that will help to balance your blood sugars. so that you're not always, I learned finally a long time ago to not feel guilty about what I was feeling for cravings, that was actually because my system wasn't working correctly. And Reduce helped my system to work correctly so that I'm not always going up and down and up and down. It allows me to feel full and let the food that I eat be enough. Go ahead.
And that's really, really important to any diet, to any wellness plan, is that you're stabilizing those blood sugar levels, because you don't want to be spiking, you don't want to get angry, you don't want to. That's why people fail, because it introduces deprivation. And so one thing that Reduce does is it gives you that satiated, even after you've eaten. One, if you take it 30 minutes before, it allows you to eat a little bit less. It allows you to feel fuller, before you're finished with your meal. But then it also breaks it down. It metabolizes that much slower, so you're satiated that much longer. And that's the proper way that it's supposed to work. And learning to eat new foods or introducing new things in your diet, these things are just helping you digest them. It's helping you transfer them into the system where they need to go, which it produces a whole bunch of energy in your system that you may not have had before on other diet plans or things that you've tried in the past. And a lot of people just feel exhausted, and they just feel like this is too much work, and they end up quitting. So when I say the focus, to be able to focus and say I look forward to doing these, to using this, is because they help me stay on track. They really help me stay on track. And Digest Well is another one that has allowed foods to be eaten that maybe my body isn't used to. Like if you're eating a lot more fiber, if you're eating a lot of some things that you weren't, that you're not quite used to, it breaks it down. It's an enzyme, so it breaks it down in your system and allows things to pass through, and again, to absorb in your system better. And then she has some wonderful thing on here, bonus. It's called Bliss and Calm.
Wait, did you do probiotics?
I did. Oh, did I? Oh, I skipped it.
You started. I interrupted you.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the probiotic helps. Probiotic creates a healthy gut flora. I mean, everything. There's bad bacteria and good bacteria in your stomach, and you want, just like red blood cells and white blood cells, you want more good bacteria. And the probiotics that are provided in there, again, it's all this for this absorption of the nutrients in your body, so that your body functions at a higher peak. Please, sorry, I just had a good night call. So the probiotics are amazing. They're easy to take. They're in a little pixie stick that is just phenomenal. I travel with them. It's just once a day. And they're encapsulated. Again, Chanel will get into more of the actual detail in that. But it's just everything here is it's a symbiotic blend. It's all put together to work together for you to get the most out of. If you're gonna put this effort into getting healthier, it's so much nicer to have a system in place that that will allow you to do that without feeling like you're just hitting that plateau all the time. Like Jackie said, if you're hitting a plateau, but if you have something that you're with you that makes you feel like the Repair Plus, that it's kind of like a flush feeling, and it makes you, you see those numbers moving, or you're just feeling, it's not even necessarily about the scale moving at all. It's really about how you're feeling inside. It just really produces this energy that I've never experienced before. And I'm really, really excited about what I've done. But on that note, life still happens, and we all have to deal with people in life at the same time we're doing this. So we have this bliss that a whole lot of great benefits to it. Except what I want to make note of is when you're doing a new health plan, things can get stressful because you're making a whole lot of changes. And so bliss is balancing your serotonin and melatonin levels in your body, which is it's a happy balance in your body, in your system. And it allows you to, if you're having anxiety about your plan, about what you're doing, about a family situation, about work situation, it's a simple way to not fall back into old coping mechanisms, which might be a chocolate bar or a cake or donuts, or I'm a comfort food, but me would be potatoes and gravy. But bliss is a wonderful way to just, to squirt in your mouth, and it brings upon a calm for you. And it has a whole lot of other benefits to that. And
awesome. I'm going to hit the last one. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I'll add on Bliss that Ina was sharing was just that it 95% of your serotonin in your body is located in your gut. And that's an important part of where Bliss comes into play, that it also is part of your gut health, and it's just part of stress. What I've come to learn, and I did not know this, I just had a birthday, 29 years, because that's how many years I am. We don't talk about the shipping and handling on that. And but one of the things that happens, I didn't realize how important sleep was to my actual success of losing weight. And Bliss is something that helps if you have a sleep issue, things like that. There's a lot of different benefits from it. And Calm is another thing that's an essential oil. It helps with your digestion. It's something that's you roll it on your stomach. It smells amazing. It all has all other side benefits. If you have motion sickness, it helps. If you're nauseous, it helps. I was nauseous this last week from a cold that I got. It helped me with that. It's even a bug repellent. But Calm actually works really great with the digest well, and being able to roll that on your stomach and actually activate your digestive system to start working the way it should. And the more we get that working right, the more that we're going to see the results we're looking for. So all of that to say, the best value that I want to be able to share with you, if these 4 items, repair, probiotics, reduce, and digest well, are part of your Clean and Lean tracking sheet, and you want to participate in the full program, then what I would suggest is this Love Your Gut kit. And that includes the Bliss and the Calm, which is why I wanted to add that bonus on there and explain what that was for you guys. So that kit is $248. There's a $71 savings in that, because essentially what the company has done is they've actually added the reduce for free. And plus anything over $80 is free shipping. So that puts you in the free shipping category. And the nice thing is, so we have 3 different levels, and I didn't want to try and go into the explanation of that. We have insiders that they can get a 10% off one time off their first order and be customers. We have VIPs, which we give them away where they can just do a set it, forget it, and they can get 10% off all the time. Then we have Blue members. And Blue members is kind of like getting a membership to Costco. So that membership fee, like you would have a membership fee to Costco, is waived with being able to get this kit. So it gives you all of the products that you need for your full gut health protocol, plus the reduce, all for $248. So if you want to do the program and you want to include in what you're doing with, with this and put it all together, I would suggest your best value is, now you can do some individual things, you have other options, but again, for the specifics of that, get back to the person that invited you to this call. You get back to the person that shared this video with you and talk to them. And that goes back to that PhD, helping to figure out exactly what the best things are for you and what you need. So that's where, hook back up with them. And if you want to get that before October 1st, then you want to act on that right away. And then I just wanted to share 2 quick things. One, I wanted to share just the testimonies of success that this program has brought. The 4 pictures on the left are actually the 4 winners that we just had this last round 2 of this year. And that was Greg Smith, who lost 39.5 pounds, 17 inches. Ashley Harrison, 24 pounds, 21 inches. Chad lost 38 pounds and almost 17 inches. And Paula lost 27 pounds, almost 22 inches. And then you'll see in the bottom right corner, there's Sharon and her before and after pictures from the first round this year, January 21st to March 21st. And you can see a humongous difference in her weight loss. And then you see in the upper corner, I'm sorry, my favorite, I probably shouldn't have a favorite, but I do. Rich Fortier, who at the time in the first round that he did lost 47 pounds, but he is also on the call tonight. So I wanted to have him share for just a minute a little bit of his testimony with you guys. Rich, go ahead.
Well, some people probably have heard my story already, but they don't know the background of the story. Basically, when I was growing up, every other year I don't know if I'm vibrating or.
You're good.
Okay, but every other year I would go fat, skinny, fat, skinny, fat, skinny. I went to a Catholic school, so every year they would take a photograph. And I'd have all my photos, and one year Huffy, next year I'd be skinny, Huffy, skinny, and Husky, skinny, whatever. I get corrected constantly. But the thing is, I was one of 4 kids that was constantly getting hand-me-downs. So growing up, I mean, I was just a basic kid. All right. I was never that much athletic. I did play some sports, but not professionally to the point where I really felt like I had to play. I just played neighborhood games. Um, but then I joined the service and became a cook. Decided I didn't want to be a cook, so I became a carpenter. But needless to say, going all the way through that and everything, and trials and tribulations and whatnot, I basically had a stroke at 55 years of age. And that was not in my ball of cards because heart failures and cancers and stuff like that, that was a part of my family. I was the only one to have had a stroke. And it kind of hit hard at 55 to be scared and wake up and all of a sudden not being able to move. I kind of got into a feel sorry for myself. And this was back in 2013. And roughly around, this was in February, in September, I got released. It was 85% ability to be able to do things again. And it was kind of a major deal for me. I mean, get my speech together and whatnot. And then fortunately, Jackie showed me this opportunity to turn around and do something different. And it was like, okay, I trust Jackie, but I'm not ready yet because I was confused still. So needless to say, right after that, we got into a bike accident and got rear-ended. So I was home for another year and a half. In between time, I gained up to 238 pounds. This program put things together, put my mind together. Here I am 5 years after a stroke to be basically right now at 182 pounds that I had dropped down to 172. But being able to maintain that for almost a solid 2 years and not knowing, I'm not going into the chips, the Fritos, the nachos, all the good food that I used to eat a full pizza every Friday night. And my favorite was the Hawaiian pizza. And Sue will contest to it. Every night we ordered our pizza. She'd have 3 slices and the rest was mine. And it was nice and I enjoyed it. And what I've done lately is the talents and everything I've learned from when I got out of the service and whatnot and actually was a cook, now I put them to use. My goals today are turn around. I maintain our weight, my weight, not our weight, but I keep it clean. And I don't miss any of the, we used to buy a bag of chocolates, a 1.5 pound to 3 pound bag, put it on the table in a bowl, and that was supposed to last a week. It would never make it past the night. Just by sitting there and grabbing it and an M&M and an M&M and M&M. It never melted in your hand because they were always in your mouth. We don't miss it no more. And the thing is that the sugar gives you a high and an intensity. All right. And not having it makes you want more. So every time I went to a gas station or something, I'd pick up a Monster drink, candy bar, another candy bar, a couple of paydays, and just kept going with it and not even realizing it. That kept me going during the day, but not because I had meals. It was the sugar. Now we have literally 0 sugar. We go shopping, it takes us an hour and a half, 2 hours. But when we go shopping, we read everything. And if one of the first 5 to 10 ingredients is sugar, it gets put back on the shelf. We don't need it because we don't do the candy anymore. And we don't do the sugar content. We don't have that drop. A couple of Torch, we're fine. There was this pill they used to sell that was like basically super caffeine. And you take a couple of those pills and you go driving all night long and you'd make it. Until I turn around and try to take 3 or 4 of them at one time and I just shook. But now I don't have half the problems. And the nicest thing about it is with today's medical bills and Obamacare and all that stuff, and the medicines being so high, right now I am down to just 1 pill medically that I have to take, and that there is on cholesterol. And I only have 105 as my total number of cholesterol. All right, and it's not what caused the stroke, but I only have 105. My doctor will not take me off of it. Irregardless of that, that's the only pill I have left that I am on as far as medication. Other than that, I turned 60 at the end of August, and you can look at that 1969 picture, all right? That's basically me today, where that blimp on the other side of the before, he lived day to day, not knowing that you're not guaranteed tomorrow. I do know that now, that tomorrow's not guaranteed, but I have no regrets as being where I'm at and where I'm going.
Awesome. Rich, thank you so much. I really love to hear his story and what has changed for him. It's just super, super inspiring. It just really is. So let me just share with you what I mean by pounds for cash. Obviously, you can see by what we talked about, everybody's shared that getting healthier is the biggest goal. But we as a team, one of the things that we want to be able to do is for people that would like to, it's not required, but those that would like to be able to sign up and put $5 in pot and be able to have the overall winner in our particular team versus corporate-wide, because this is a company-wide promotion. So we want to be able to do a sign up and have a cash pot that, you know, and if it's 5 people that sign up in that, then there's $25 that somebody wins. And if there's 10 people, it's 50. And if there's 20, there's going to be a $100 bonus in that. So just however many people would like to sign up, we will post a sign up opportunity in the Live Well Now group. And then we will make it super easy. There's a free app called Venmo, V-E-N-M-O, that you can put your $5 in, and we'll have it held in there. And then whoever wins at the end of the 13 weeks will be able to just transfer that cash off to them. So that's one way that we're going to trade some pounds for cash. Another way is that the corporate is going to put out the details here over the week to do some team challenges, because we are not the only team in this company that is excited about doing this. And some of the people on this call know some people like the Colorado group or maybe the Ohio group. You know, there's a couple of different ones, and we want to do some smack talk and have some fun and tell them we're going to beat them all. And I think the company is going to reward that with something where there will be a team prize awarded for those. So that kind of goes back to the $5 pot sign up, that as we have those people signed up that are participating in that, then that'll define our team, and the company is going to need that to be able to do the measure that they need to do to make it fair for a team to win. So details to come from corporate on what that is, but I talked to the owner last night and the chief marketing officer, and they're going to put some details together on that. But in the meantime, we're going to start talking to the other teams about how we're going to beat them all as an overall team. And then the first, second, and third prize winners. Forgive me, my image is fuzzy, but that's what I could do on short notice to grab one. But the gold winner, which is what Rich was, gets an Apple Watch, $500 cash, and a bunch of free product. The silver winner gets an Apple Watch, $200 cash, and a bunch of free product. And the bronze winner gets an Apple Watch and a bunch of free products. So they actually had a tie for first place. So they actually gave away 2 $500 cash prizes this last round. No promises that that's going to happen again. But nonetheless, there's just a lot of fun and some really fun rewards that come in this, and motivation to stick to it. Because I don't know about you, but an extra $500 coming around the end of the year, going into the first of the year, is a great way to start the year as far as I'm concerned. So this runs for 13 weeks. And then what I would just encourage you, what really makes this work, is engaging with our community at Live Well Now on Facebook. We will post this video as a replay in there. That's where you can go and watch the video that Chanel did earlier and gave a lot more of the details. Then, sorry, I distracted myself by buttons, sorry. And that's where we'll post recipes. And then every Thursday, we will have a live on Thursdays at 8:30. We actually may change that to Tuesdays. So stay tuned for an update on that. We were actually doing some strategy on that on last night late. But we will have a weekly live, and that's a place where you can ask questions and join in, and you'll just see lots of really great resources that come from that. So I just really appreciate everybody joining in tonight and coming and checking it all out. If this is brand new to you, then talk to the person that invited you about what you want to do for the program. Maybe you want to try a couple of the products. Maybe you want to take advantage of the best value and do the kit. Get back with them. And then if you have somebody that you've been talking to that couldn't jump on tonight because this was so last minute, then share this video with them. But I really appreciate you guys jumping on. It's great to see all your faces, all your smiling faces. And I will talk to you all soon. Thanks. And I'm going to stop the recording.